Just working with our company, you're going to get to work with a lot of bright individuals.
Everyone is open and ready to help you, and definitely big on advocating for making sure that you succeed and reach your potential.
Everyone's goal is the same, to make the best products that we can for our clients and make sure that it is everything and more that it could be.
What's kept me here? Our culture. We're genuinely a very great group of people. Everyone's just always willing to lend a hand.
When I have a suggestion or a concern and I voice it, leadership actually hears me.
As a consultancy, every person has a role and has something to bring to the table. There's just a lot of opportunities here if you're up for the challenge.
Jump on board, be part of the fun ride, because we're going places.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Bertner Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
Thanks to you. Standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Hey, Indiana, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Park Tudor High School. Tonight, two of the top teams in Single A girls lacrosse set to do battle here tonight as number 7 Brownsburg will be taking on number 1 Park Tudor, the top team in Single A. Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group, building better futures one story at a time. Aspen Creek Grill, why go anywhere else for delicious food? Burtner Electric, providing quality electrical services in central Indiana. Boilermaker Local 374, we're second to none in quality and performance. Passion to Care, beyond home care, where passion meets purpose. Clean Slate, inspired innovation that moves business forward. Piper Logistics, from warehousing to transportation and everything in between. The IndianaSRN sports page, wall-to-wall sports news every day. Check out IndianaSRN.org and click on the sports page tab. And by the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, watch the best Division III sports on HCAC.tv, where you always have a front row seat. Troy Dargowski with you tonight, along with Coach Allie Stork-Sneed, who, by the way, just finished your season days ago, correct?
We did, yes. About a week ago. Heartbreaking end for our girls, but I'm excited to be back and broadcasting some high school lacrosse with you today.
And by the way, if you want to go to school, go to Marion and play lacrosse for Coach, because that'd be the way to do it, right? Is that legal for me to do that?
Absolutely. I believe it is.
It is,
I mean, if not, somebody let me know.
I know.
Yeah,
well, they can't do anything to me, so what are they going to do, right? Coach, you have two teams here tonight. You look at the records, and you know one team is undefeated. The other one has 5 losses. That's the host team, Panthers. But I think when you look at the way these schedules have been set up this year, Park Tudor's played a very good schedule this year.
Yes, they have played a really strong schedule. Coming off of that 1A state championship and moving on, they decided to give themselves a difficult challenge this year, making sure that they could test some of their younger players who seem to have a lot of on-field knowledge and experience that really can score strong. So they wanted to see how they match up against some 2A competition this year, and they've had a couple really close games to some talented programs. So it's going to be excited to see what this squad's able to put together today against an undefeated Brownsburg.
Well, let's talk about the Bulldogs. As you mentioned, they are undefeated coming into this one here tonight. They've got a lot of different weapons, and you're very familiar with their goalkeeper, who we're going to see tonight, and Anaya Jones, and Anaya Jones, excuse me. So you've got her in goal. She's going to need to be really good tonight in order to slow down a very good Park Tudor team. What do you see in the Bulldogs?
She is. First things first, you're right. I absolutely love Anaya Jones in cage. I think she's one of the best goalies that we have in the state, actually. So it's going to be a pleasure to see her face off against some of the high power that Park Tudor brings. Also with the Bulldogs, they have a wealth of knowledge when it comes from their coaches. 2 very young coaches, both played college lacrosse in the state of Indiana, in Caitlin as well as Emma, and they are going to bring a lot of knowledge to the girls and help build them up a little bit and continue to push and have some creative solutions, I think, when it comes to Park Tudor. I'm eager to see what the Bulldogs are able to pull off.
Madeline Gottlieb, over 17 goals. She'll be one to watch, number 21 for Brownsburg. You look at also some of the other players. Isabella Dunnigan, she is one of the defensive players you're going to watch tonight, plus she's very good on the draw. Keep an eye on her tonight. Grace Grabowski, over 15 goals. She'll shoot a lot. So really, when you look at least from an offensive standpoint, Grabowski as well as Gottlieb are 2 players to really watch.
Absolutely, yeah. And you mentioned the draw, too, with Izzy going against the Park Tudor side. It'll be probably Ellie Hunter. And those 2, both great draw takers. So I have a feeling that we're going to have an awesome battle in the draw circle today. And as they always say in women's lacrosse, if you can win the draw, you can win the game.
Yeah,
so
no doubt about it.
Start truly there.
Think about that. In fact, I thought about that on the way here. When you think about the draw, if you can get control, it's like jumping basketball. If you jumped every time, you just kept getting the jump, you're going to get a lot more possessions.
Absolutely.
Makes a big difference.
One of the only sports that it goes back to a 50-50 ball after a goal.
Yeah.
So you can see teams going, it's a game of runs. And you can really go on some deep runs in lacrosse. It's a lot of fun to see.
All right, when we come back, we'll talk more about the Panthers of Park Tudors. We mentioned they come in at 9-5, but they are loaded. They've got a lot of talent. We'll do that coming up next right here on IndianaSRN.
To you. standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back once again here at Park Tudor. We're moments away from the beginning of this big contest here tonight. By the way, we are only, maybe one game away, and then the tournament begins very, very soon. So these teams want to be playing well right now. Park Tudor, we talked about their schedule. They've upped it up a lot this year. So you look at their record and you go 9-5. Well, that's kind of deceiving because when you play really good teams, especially in the upper division, you're probably going to lose some of those, but think about the experience you gain out of that.
Yes, that's the biggest key about lacrosse is giving yourself a balanced schedule as far as games that are going to be a challenge, as well as games that are going to be able that you might lose, but that your players can learn from.
Right.
Like, so you're going to learn so much more from the losses than you are from the wins.
Yeah.
And I think that's really what the Park Tudor staff and what they wanted to give their girls was a challenging game that is going to they're going to be able to learn and grow from every single day.
They really play very well in the opening period, and they play very well in the third period. To give you an idea, Coach, they've outscored their opponents 59-16 in the first and 55-19 in the third. So if you don't come out ready to play at the beginning of the game and the third period, you're in trouble.
Absolutely. You cannot let them go off on a run like that when it comes to being that big at firing power, especially in the first and third. See it clearly. We see that Park Tudor is great when they come off of a little bit of a rest. So
yeah.
Brownsburg's going to have to take advantage of that second and the fourth. And if Park Tudor starts to get a little bit tired, starts getting a little bit down, they can contain them in the first and the third, and then they can outscore them in the second and fourth, then I think Brownsburg's going to be able to put up a big fight here.
They got some big numbers. Let's talk about some of their players. And you talk about Hadley Murphy, 48 goals coming in. She has 71 shots on goal, so I have a feeling she's going to shoot a lot tonight. You also have Isabella Wallace at 35 goals. You have Lauren Riker at 43 goals. Those are pretty good numbers.
Those are great numbers. And have three different offensive players put up large numbers like that, it's great for them where they can spread out the wealth and spread the talent on offense. That it is, three people who can shoot at any moment.
Yeah.
That's a threat. That's a big threat.
And, Coach, from a goalkeeper standpoint, they have three players listed there, but it is our understanding that it's going to be Sella Larman who's going to probably get the start today, though I did see Vivian John in goal working out quite a bit for tonight, but it should be Larman getting the start, correct?
It should be, and again, my bias for the goalies in the state of Indiana will shine, but yeah, Sela is a great goalie. She's been in there for a lot for Park Tudor this year. She has been a strong starter for them when she is able to be in those games. So I have a feeling that she's going to have a really great game today. And again, back to Anaya Jones, too. I hope that we see some really great goaltending games today.
Well, she got schooled by you. I guarantee we're going to see some pretty good goalkeeping from her. We'll come back when we do. We'll get this one underway. We'll give you the latest 1A poll, and we're ready to get this big matchup started in just a few moments right here on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
At attack, number 5, senior.
Back once again here at Park Tudor. We'll take one more time out. Coach, what do you think keys to this one will be? Let's start first off with Brownsburg. What are they going to have to do to come out here with a win?
Brownsburg has a really strong defense, and they're going to have to come out and rely on their strong defense to hold Park Tudor and then really convert on the offensive end. They're going to have to score, and they're going to have to score early and often. Keep up with them in the first, and I think Brownsburg will do a great job.
You know, and the other thing about that, before we talk about Park Tudor, if you have a tendency to if you do get down, bottom line is you better make a quick comeback, as we saw it against Park Tudor. You might find yourself done by halftime.
You need to make sure that you do that, especially coming out of halftime headed into their third quarter. You can't let them go on another run. So at halftime, you've got to really, really dig deep and make sure that this team comes out strong every second of this game.
Talk about the Panthers. What will they have to do to get a win tonight?
The Panthers are going to have to shoot often. They're going to also have to rely. I think that this is a team that faces goalkeeping and defense that's not typically as strong as Brownsburg. So they're going to have to shoot. And the thing with lacrosse is at times you want to get in on your head. You're like, I shot at the goalie and she saved 2 of them. I'm not going to take that third shot. Park Tudor's going to have to dig deep and continue to shoot in this game. And they're going to have to make sure that they're able to convert on that. At the same time, continue to have a strong defense.
We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. The beginning of this one just moments away on IndianaSRN.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
Is very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners, because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Close to 3.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
As we get ready to get this one started, here's the 1A poll this week. Coach, you can jump in on some of these. Park Tudor, #1 in 1A. Center Grove, South Bend St. Joseph, then Evansville Central and Northridge. Evansville Bossy, Brownsburg at #7, then Warren Central, Ron Colley, and Evansville Wrights. I know when I got down to 8, 9, and 10, those numbers were a little bit hairy because their records weren't very good, and there aren't that many teams. But I think if you look at the top, pretty good teams right there.
Yes, absolutely. The lower, the 8, 9, and 10 are always up for grabs and always in flux. I know there was a big upset last night, and Southport beat Ron Colley. It was a big win for their program. But yeah, up top, knowing Park Tudor, Center Grove, Evansville Central in that group as well. Those programs are always very, very strong teams. Have a history of winning, a history of making it deep runs into the state tournament. But yeah, I know that Park Tudor and Center Grove at 1 and 2, that is always a juggernaut. And exciting to see that match every single year.
I have to put in a request that at some point you're doing the semifinals with us.
I am.
But you're not going to be doing the finals, correct?
I am not, unfortunately.
Is there any way we can talk you into it? Because the alternative, you know who the alternative is, and we're really trying to get him out of the broadcast booth. Yeah, I would. He's running the camera tonight.
Oh, Keith, good luck.
we're signing a petition if we can to get him out.
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to see one of my friends who's actually a lacrosse coach. So, she might be willing to switch things around.
If not, maybe you could watch it and call in on the phone.
I'll Zoom in. I'm getting good at that.
There you go. And I'm sure our producer can handle that, so no problem whatsoever. Brownsburg will be in their traveling purple uniforms. And by the way, the public address announcer already informed us he cannot play Smoke on the Water because that's by the rock group Deep Purple. So Keith is already disappointed because he plays that during his church services to get a little more money. If you didn't know that, yeah.
That's fascinating. But
It is.
I like the Park Tudor loyalty to not play anything purple associated.
Nothing purple. Good for them. All right, ready to go this one. The draw is set to begin. By the way, I love Park Tudor's big numbers on their jerseys. Those are the biggest I've ever seen in any sport.
They make our lives much easier.
Yes, they do. Ellie Hunter. She's won 43 draws this year. On the other side, Izzy Latimer.
We said earlier in the broadcast that draw is going to be a crucial element today, and two of the greats right now in the state going head-to-head tonight.
You know the other reason, because you do such a great job at this, but a lot of times when a call happens, we don't really get to see it very well, and I know you'll be able to pick up on it a lot better than we do when it comes to the rules. Am I right about that?
Probably. I've watched and played a lot of lacrosse in my life, so usually there's some of the nuances. I know those for certain.
I already told Coach, when she gets here, you better tell her she's going to work a lot tonight, so you got a lot of work to do.
I can pick up the groundwork.
First free position shot, though, of the night. This will be Lauren Riker. And, boy, that's a line drive that went off the post, I do believe. It will come out of bounds on the near side. I'll tell you, Coach, that might be the hardest shot I've seen all year long.
Lauren Riker has an arm on her. She has a great shot, and she has been working on it for a long time. So expect more of those tonight.
Wow. So Park Tudor showing their power early. You know, patience also on offense if something isn't available. And the nice thing about high school lacrosse is if you don't have something, you don't have a shot clock to have to worry about. Now in college, that's a little bit different, isn't it?
Extremely different. There are certain things I know. I've been to a Park Tudor game before where they practice a stall, and the stall does not exist in the college game. We've got 90 seconds from the time you get possession to make a shot.
Boy, great shot. Goes a little bit wide by Chloe Anderson, and then they get it back and score. That looked like it was Mary Jane Verkuren.
We should probably get a name check on that.
We should probably. I'm waiting for the PA guy to tell me. We'll take another look at it, though.
A really great job to keep her eye. She gets the assist first. And then when the ball bounces back out, you see her, Mary Jane, go right in there, pick up that ball, stay on it, and then get a great shot off.
Furquan. I should have asked before the game started, shouldn't I? We were too busy trying to help Keith figure out how to run the camera. So
we're always helping Keith.
I know, it's all about him, isn't it? So Mary Jane Furquan gets the first goal of the day for Park Tudor. You got a really good indication right there. Now, she has 10 goals, and she's not their leading scorer, but you got a really good indication there, Coach, of just how good they can be on offense.
Yes, they can be. And that's the little things that really make a difference in the game. That was a rebound ball. It's a ball that easily she could have given up on. There were 3 Brownsburg girls standing in front of her, and she did not give up. There was another shot there by Lauren Riker, but a great save by Anaya Jones.
Yeah, Riker had a pretty good look straight away on that last attempt, and there's a turnover by Brownsburg in their attempt to head the other way. And, Coach, you can't allow Park Tudor have this many opportunities early. As we said, their numbers to begin a game are just astronomical. You can't fall behind.
You cannot. And now to give up another free position shot as well. Brownsburg has to be careful. Whenever they're getting the ball, whether it's a loose ball in the 8 or off a clear opportunity, they need to prioritize taking care of the ball. Like you said, you can't give Park Tudor this many options.
This is Ellie Hunter, and nice save by Jones.
Another great save. Yeah, Nia Jones already has 2 or 3 there.
She might end up with a lot by the end of the night, the way this Park Tudor team can shoot.
I have a feeling she will, especially if Brownsburg is really struggling in the clear right now.
They end up with another turnover. That will go against 35, Mackenzie Wilhoit. Boy, and their transition back to the offensive side is really very, very good. They're quick to get back, as you see Lillian Kelly, or take that back, number 5, which is Natalia Hansen.
They were so quick to bring the ball down the field and move quickly, looking that she got the turnover in the midfield and immediately continued to crease roll. I think Park Tudor's is going to need to be a little more specific with the shots they're taking and making sure that they're getting really great feeds into the middle. Forcing Anaya Jones to turn on the feeding is going to make the difference of those balls going in or not. And right now they're just shooting straight on, and Anaya Jones picks up another save and then another clear that has been, again, turned over to Park Tudor.
Have another whistle and stoppage of play. Yeah, Brownsburg unable to clear it out of their zone here early. And I feel like already, I'm not even sure they got to the 50-yard line yet.
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
I don't believe they have.
And we're down to our 7:47 mark, and we have another free position shot right here. This will be number 3 already.
It is a lot of free positions, and coming from across the bodies, coming from some shooting spaces. There's another save for Anaya Jones.
Murphy on the shot, and Jones gets another save. What is the key, in your estimation, Coach, when you have a free position shot? Let's start with the offensive side, because you, first off, can't jump the gun, so you got to make sure that you hear the whistle and go. But what's the key offensively on those? Because I've seen players go straight in, or they'll pass it off and try to make a play out of it.
Yeah, definitely. There's a couple of different options, and it's up to the girl with the ball. So if the girl with the ball has the choice that she thinks that she can make a really great shot, then take it. It's just like basketball, right? Take the shot if it's there. Yeah. But let's say you just got cross-checked and you got the wind knocked out of you, or you just did a full field run again coming down and you're a little bit tired. That's when looking for some pass-off opportunities might be a little bit of a better option.
Good look here at Riker once again. Nothing there. Will reset it now for Park Tudor, and they are unable to stay clean on the possession. There is Hunter on the turnover. Now on the defensive side, on a free position shot, what is your best strategy to try to help that keeper not be down there all by herself?
It's all about the first step, and we talk about that a lot. Whenever you're on, you automatically, as the defensive side, you get both hashes on either side of the shooter. So the big key is making sure that you know which side of the body the shooter's stick is on, and those players are going to call, I'm on body or I'm on stick. And if you're stick side, you know that you have to prioritize getting to that stick first, so that if they do get a shot off, you might be able to get a piece of it before your keeper does.
So you better be pretty fast.
Got to be fast.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
You put your fastest girls on either side, that's for sure.
No kidding. By the way, we have another free position shot here for Park Tudor.
Coming off of the yellow card, a check to the head for Brownsburg. So this is another one where you get to have the option here for Park Tudor. Sometimes if you come off of a check to the head and you know you're about to go man up, you don't take this shot because you know you can work your man up offense instead. So it'll be curious to see what Park Tudor chooses to do here.
Mary Jane Furquan, who we saw moments ago. Boy, really close shot, but another save by Jones.
2 in a row there for Anaya. Here what we really need,
Yeah, didn't clear it there, and another turnover, shot wide left. Well, right now we can tell you that turnovers have been a big issue here for Brownsburg. They're getting everything they can out of Anaya Jones in the goal, but tell you what, she's going to have some help here.
She is. Right now, too, she's a little frantic when it comes to clearing, and that's natural when you've made so many saves back to back to back. Her heart rate is probably through the roof right now, and she isn't making some great clearing decisions, but there she comes out and gets an interception on her own. She is a stellar player in the state of Indiana.
When she's really out of position here, so she's going to have to get back pretty quick.
She's certainly fast enough. She used to run track.
There you go. No issues there.
But Brownsburg needs to get the ball up to their midfielders or into their attacker sticks. It seems to be right now Park Tudor is swarming the ball because I'm assuming that Brownsburg likes to maintain possession of the ball and keep it and run it up the field as opposed to passing it. So they're sending multiple players in the transition. You'll also notice, too, a lot of the Brownsburg girls they really stop their feet when they're running, which allows those Park Tudor girls to come flying up in front of them for those opportunities. So I'm sure on the sidelines right now, the Brownsburg coaches are telling them to run to the ball, and any high school lacrosse players are probably laughing because they're tired of hearing their coaches say that.
Jones there again for Brownsburg. Great job.
You can see the frustration a little bit there out of Park Tudor. I think that was Ellie Hunter. That's I mean, when you shoot so many times on the same keeper, something has to fall at some point.
Yeah. There's another turnover. I have them for 7 now here in the first period alone, and that's just a number that will make, I'm sure, coaches shake their head, right?
Absolutely. Whenever you have the opportunity to get the ball back, that they have had interceptions from Anaya, saves from Anaya, ground balls from Anaya, but it just doesn't seem like we can quite get the ball anywhere else. She can't run to the midfield, unfortunately.
Well, they might ask her to, but
she might. She might try. I don't doubt it, and I don't doubt she has it in her.
Coming up on 3 minutes remaining here in the opening period of play. So far, Park Tudor with a 1-0 lead as they work behind the cage.
I like this choice out of the Park Tudor offense to look for the options to feed from behind the cage. It really looked like they were running a lot of people running in front of the cage trying to get open and looking to feed from behind. It's a great choice when you have a goalie that's making really great saves right on the doorstep because it forces her to turn around as the shot's being taken.
Right.
That's what Park Tudor's really going to need to do, and I'm sure Coach Sherman is going to be preaching that at the quarter break.
You know, I got to go back to Jones on that last play, the shot attempt. I mean, she was right up in the face of the offensive player. There's another turnover, and this time the goal. That's going to be Lauren Riker. Riker found that opening, and just a great shot there to make it 2-0.
That was a fabulous shot, and that's what I said at the beginning of the game. You're going to have to keep shooting if you're Park Tudor. Don't let it get in your head too much that she's making so many saves. You have to continue to go and pull your teammates up. That was a beautiful sidearm shot there by Lauren. Right to the right side hip. Watching her come down, a great little fake and a pretty rip.
You know, a really experienced camera person would have been a little closer in on that, don't you think, Coach?
I've never operated a camera, so I'm not going to criticize.
Okay, all right.
I'll stick to what I know.
Just agree with me, and then we'll be fine.
Perfect.
2-0 here in the opening period of play, and we talked about Park Tudor. They now outscored their opponent 61-16 in the opening period. They came in at 59-16.
That is a remarkable stat.
I tell you what, when I looked at it, I was like, wow. And then I looked at the third quarter, I'm thinking they're just as effective there as we talked about in the pregame.
It was great to see there. Brownsburg decided to make a switch there on the draw, and they put, I can't quite tell, their numbers are a little difficult to see, but they made a switch on the draw and won it, so we get to see Brownsburg's first offensive set here.
Ball loose. Picked up again for the Bulldogs. This is really the first time they've been in an offensive set. Am I correct? I mean, they haven't had the chance.
No, this is the first time we've seen their offense come together, and you'll notice these are the girls down here have a little bit stronger stick skills, so it'd be good to see what they're able to do now that they've got the ball in the hands of the people they really want to have the ball.
Yeah, by the way, if you're wondering, again, Brownsburg has black numbers on their purple uniforms, so sometimes it is a little bit difficult to pick up. But another turnover, that's number 9 now. And quickly the other way, here is Wallace, and another save by Jones, and Jones able to scoop that one.
There's great physical defense down on the Park Tudor end to be able to cause that quick turnover.
Are we going to see another one here as the pass off the mark? And we're in double digits now for Brownsburg in turnovers, only really one offensive possession.
They're going to have to figure something out when it comes to possession of the ball. Can't win a game if you've got that many turnovers.
Good battle there between Madeline Gottlieb of Brownsburg and Charlotte Sturman of Park Tudor. It will be Brownsburg in control. The clock down to 42. They have not had a shot yet. Right now, that Park Tudor defense, really for the first time, is to see a ball get loose once again. That might be just a lack of concentration right there. I mean, nobody's around her.
I think so. I think that was It's been a while probably since she's had the ball down here.
What is that?
But, yeah. But really, what I'm noticing out of Park Tudor is they're doing all of the little things very well right now. On the offensive end, they're moving the ball quickly. They're trying to find the open girls, sending the extra pass. Defensively, they're making great contact. And in the midfield transition, they're running to the ball every time. And it feels as though if Brownsburg can put together all of those little things, then it's going to get a little better for them.
All right, that will do it for the opening period of play. Park Tudor, early 2-0 lead here on IndianaSRN.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
It's a pretty field.
Yeah. Back once again here at Park Tudor. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Officially Human. Their mission is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the field and the court. Thanks to our officials, because without them, we do not play. Sportsmanship is everyone's job. Well, Coach, 2-0. Considering Brownsburg had 10 turnovers, only had 1 draw control, they didn't get a shot off, and yet you're only down 2-0. Is that a blessing so far?
That is absolutely a blessing. They are very, very lucky to not have a much higher score at this point in time. To only have had 3 draw controls, or 3 draws even taken in that quarter was very, very lucky. So, truthfully, the Brownsburg did what they needed to do. They needed to hold Park Tudor a little bit. They had to keep them close in the first quarter, and it seems as though they've definitely done that by only allowing 2. However, you can't rely on Anaya to be that good all the time.
Yeah. That's a lot of pressure to put on your keeper, isn't it? Because I'm sure it gets in her mind a little bit too, right?
Absolutely it does, but she is one of those people who very much loves the pressure. Anybody who puts on gear in goal loves the pressure.
No doubt about it.
And the glory.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Ellie Hunter in the draw, as Grace Grabowski there as well. Draw control won again by Park Tudor. And they will quickly advance the ball into position. And we've got a whistle, and it looks like we have a yellow here.
That's going to be the second yellow there for Mackenzie Wilholt. And so she's going to be out of the game now.
Boy, that's going to be big.
That is big. She's a loss on the defensive end, just a strong defender for Brownsburg, and putting in somebody else, then it's going to be difficult for them to mesh, and defense really is. It's almost like a hive mind. You have to move all together, so really unfortunate to see that.
And did you see what exactly was it? The stick to the head area?
Yes, a check to the head,
Okay.
which I'm sure it did not look intentional. It's one of those easy things when a player is running full speed and you have your stick up and ready to make contact. If they absorb that contact, sometimes the stick can go straight to the head, and even though it's unintentional, our game is all about safety.
Free position shot after the penalty, and went high on it. And the score, and Park Tudor adds another one to it. That'll be Isabella Wallace, came in with 33 goals. That is her first of the night.
Isabella Wallace, this is an awesome little jump shot that she takes here. You could see we were talking about the strategy here on free positions, but she wants to be the first one to run in. So watch her get this first step off the line, comes in, creates that space for her stick, and a quick little jump. Great power behind that shot.
As a keeper, what's your first feeling when you see that player getting that head start like that, and you're like, uh-oh, here she comes?
It's what you have to make sure that as a keeper that you keep your composure and you stay in your stance, because a lot of times you want to like take a step towards them back.
Yeah.
And you can't. You have to wait until that shot comes out. And that was a great shot that she just took. Hard for Anaya to read. And that's the kind of stuff that Park Tudor's going to need to keep falling in this game.
So keeping my composure, probably the one thing I wouldn't do very well if you're asking me to do. The eyes get really big right there.
Oh, yeah. Goalkeepers they're built different.
Well, I'll tell you what, now a 3-0 lead here for Park Tudor. All the numbers in the stat sheet favoring Park Tudor. At some point here, Brownsburg is really going to have to make a run offensively. They just have not, if you talk about time of possession, they just have not had the ball enough. Fourth draw control already for Park Tudor, and guess what? They're immediately into scoring position again.
Park Tudor's moving the ball really, really quickly down the field. And I know we talked about how strong their offense. Great goal there by Ellie Hunter. That's what Park Tudor's going to need to do. Continue to push the ball down. You see them get it from the draw, move it down behind the goal, what we would call to X. Sometimes I need to not use my own slogans here. And then be able to feed from there to catch Anaya Jones spinning around. Watch this little feed in. She has to turn, get into position, and a great quick shot there by Ellie Hunter. Beautiful, beautiful goal.
Wow. 4-0. We'll take a timeout. Panthers in control.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
They are. They're scrappy for those. They're very quick to find the ball, and they use a great ground ball form.
They're on the position here to do it again, but Jones, another save to her left. See if Brownsburg can perhaps run out the remainder of the time and not give up a possession once again, but I think that's not going to be the case, Coach. They're going to give it right back, aren't they?
Yeah, they called an offsides. They're right at the restraining line, so right along the 30-yard line of football. They have to make sure they always have 4 players behind, and only 7 players on that defensive end. And on the clear opportunity, a lot of times they like to switch on that line so they can help bring those attackers up closer to the goalie and get a cleaner pass and a cleaner clear off, but ineffective.
Oh, boy. That was backhanded. Looked like Natalia Hansen.
That's a goal by
I can't wait to watch this goal back.
Natalia Hansen.
They're not all pretty goals, but
No.
the ball in the back of the net's all it takes sometimes.
Yeah, I think this was literally over the shoulder. Yeah. Wow.
It was a great catch. I'm really glad that Park Tudor is feeding the ball into the middle. That's what it's really going to take, is catching Anaya, making sure that she's spinning around. Maybe not quite that shot all the time, but that's all right. It went in, and that's all that matters.
31 seconds left here in the first half.
I used to be a basketball coach in high school, and I'd tell them, I don't care how you get it in. If you bounce it off your head, just make sure it goes in, right?
As long as it goes in. If it doesn't go in,
don't do it again.
We got problems.
7-0. You're now looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different players have now scored for Park Tudor.
The Park Tudor offense is extremely spread out, and they are willing to find anyone who is open and find the best shot. Not necessarily the best shooter, but the best shot every time, and that's a winning formula. It's going to take every one of them.
Yeah, by the way, Wallace and Riker each have a goal, and they are not leading the team in goals. That is Ellie Hunter now at 2, and there's another draw control. Look out.
That's another check to the head today.
Look like that's going to be Grabowski.
You could hear the Brownsburg coach even from the stands. I really respect it. She is Caitlin Lawson yelling at her team essentially that they cannot check any longer, which as a coach that is a really respectful choice, and I think it's a really good choice. They've only hurt themselves so far when it comes to checking, and as a coach it's one of those things that it really drives you nuts sometimes. And I can feel Caitlin's pain right now at the moment, but I'm proud of her for continuing to coach through that.
Kind of another whistle here, and this is going to go against Brownsburg yet one more time, and we're going to have the 10th free position shot of this first half.
Yeah, and another one here for Ellie Hunter. Again, she's got the speed, senior on this team. She's having a great day today.
Are you referring to any players that drive you nuts, Coach? I mean, they never drove me nuts.
Oh, yeah, no, never. No, they all have tendencies, and some games are worse than others, and they get this. Oh, great shot there by Ellie Hunter.
Hat trick.
Hat trick on senior day.
Yeah, can't beat that.
Again, you see her use that speed, get inside, seals off her defender, and gets an awesome shot.
Goal by senior Ellie Hunter, and that's the hat trick on senior night.
Well, I'll tell you what, and give all the credit in the world to Anaya Jones. She's not getting a whole lot of defensive help. In those free position shots, 10 of them already, that's really tough.
That is extremely difficult to stand there in that position and be ready every single time for a free position shot that a shot is most likely coming at you.
Yeah.
And to stay strong in that. She's doing a great job. She's going off to Delaware State next year, so we're very excited for her. The whole state of Indiana can't wait to see her represent us on a little bit of a bigger stage.
Brownsburg, from a defensive standpoint, they haven't given her a whole lot of help tonight.
No.
But the other thing about it is that she's going to have that help at Delaware State.
She will. She will have a lot more help, and it'll be eager for her to play, see her play at a higher level and see what she's able to do there.
Very true. All right, first half in the books. It's all Park Tudor. They lead it 8-0.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.indianasrn.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
We never really realize how much we depend on electricity until the power goes out. Get those lights back on when you choose the certified electricians at Bertner Electric Incorporated. Locally owned and operated, we are a member of the Better Business Bureau and provide only the highest quality of customer service. For more information, give us a call today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
I'm getting gold.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Bertner Electric Incorporated is fully licensed and bonded electrical contractor for your protection. Our electricians are available 24/7 for service calls and specialize in electrical service and storm damage repair. For more information, give us a call today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back here at Park Tudor, 8-0 at the half, the number one team in the state in 1A, dominating all the numbers in that first half. Want to remind you, today's game brought to you in part by Boilermaker Local 374. They represent highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction as well as metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. Start your career with Boilermaker Local Union 374. Give them a call at 219-845-1000. Keith Myers joins us here at halftime. We want to remind you that we have opportunities, Coach, for businesses in the Indianapolis area if they would like to be a part of this broadcast throughout the entire year. We're only 3.5 months away from a brand new fall season. And I don't want to talk about it yet because my summer hasn't started. It's the summer of Troy coming up. So,
is it really?
Yeah, so I'm only thinking right now. Okay, but great opportunities.
Yeah, great opportunities. By the way, foul ball over here, baseball. By the way, baseball is winning 4-0. Just want to let you know.
Thank you.
The popcorn's really good on the baseball side. Yeah, you know, first of all, the opportunities that we have done for lacrosse the last 5 years has been a blessing, as Hallie's been talking about it during the whole entire first half. Someone needed to step up and do that, and we took that challenge to do that. I think we have one of the finest 1-2 punch as play-by-play. Now the color guy once in a while is not very good, but you know he's learning the game. Leslie told me today. She goes, "You do fine. Just do your jokes. You do fine." So I think she likes my jokes. But you know what an opportunity! And as our season's winding down, if you would like to sponsor that state championship, to get that on the air, to help us secure some things, that'd be great. You can contact us at coach@IndianaSRN.org. But you looked at our fall schedule, 14 volleyball games in the fall. 5 times 9, I think, is 45 football games for the fall. So we're going to be kind of busy. And then there's another sport that we're trying to do, trying to get involved in, is that bowling. So it should be very interesting to see what's going on. But, you know, if you're a corporation, if you're a person that's a realtor, whatever, that you want to get your name out, you see the spots that we run, those are pretty easy to get done, and we'll be happy to do that. And, you know, it's about the kids, putting more kids on TV. I know yesterday we had 2 people that donated, so that it's a good thing.
Over 1 million viewers last year.
1.3. 1.3 average time, 43 minutes, and the national average, ESPN, that is, 23 minutes. So we beat the big dogs.
There you go.
You know what it is, don't you? It's great producers and great camera guys like we have tonight.
Like tonight.
Tonight.
Funny, I was thinking more about her. Our color analyst was probably carrying this broadcast.
Well, I guarantee you she is. I walked in the booth today. We see all three of us, and we see her. No wonder people came up. They wanted to see her because she's the oldest, cutest one in the crowd.
Well, here's the other thing, too, because about 30 minutes before Allie showed up, you're like, where's Allie?
Yeah,
because we knew that this broadcast was going to be really big-time trouble if you didn't show up.
Exactly.
So we needed you here. So
but, that's my normal 30-minute pace.
So, again, we're I shouldn't say running out of time, but you want to get that package done quickly so production crew can get their part done and everything else.
Yeah,
right?
Jerry is in charge of our production. He needs to get that done before July 15th because, believe it or not, we'll start training our people. We'll start talking to coaches, getting coaches shows ready. We're going to do a couple podcasts this year. I know you don't know this yet, but you're going to do a football podcast every Tuesday with me. So I don't know if you know that.
No, I didn't know that.
You're not going to get paid for it, but you're going
well,
to do
of course.
it. But we're going to expand our coverage, and this year we did that with the spring. We had. I think I told you 14 or 16 lacrosse games. We had 4 or 5 football, baseball games, and then we have the softball as well. So it's been a very, very busy spring. And the cool thing is when you come in, and I came in this afternoon, and you see people that know you, and you know what we do to that, and the first thing they say is thank you for what you're doing for my daughter. Thank you for what you're doing with my son. Mr. Button has had 2 kids. We were doing radio back when his kids were playing. Now we're doing TV, and he goes, man, you look so much better on TV than you did on radio, and I think I got a face for radio.
One last thing, though, the way that the media is today, and I'm talking about print media, when we grew up, you could cut things out of the paper.
Sure. Yep.
You can't do that anymore, Coach. There's just nobody doing that, so this is really a great memory to go back on.
And I will tell you, and this is true, it's happened already. We have had calls because of lacrosse of kids saying, hey, I'm going to show my film to this coach. Right. Can I have this game, this game, this game? And, Allie is a member of our crew, but I guarantee you she watches our coverage. I guarantee you if she's not, then she's eating popcorn or being a wife to her newlywed husband.
All right, we're about ready to get started. Keith Myers, thank you.
I'm going to go back to baseball.
All right, go back to baseball. Right. By the way, still 4-0 in that baseball game as well. We'll take a quick timeout. Second half coming up right here on IndianaSRN.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
Back here at Park Tudor, Panthers with another draw control win. That's number 10 of the night, and they're immediately back on offense. Great to have you with us here in our game of the week. A low shot, good save by Jones. Coach Alley with us from Marian University, and we always enjoy having Coach with us, so we learn a lot about the game and just an opportunity to learn more about Marian University and women's lacrosse, and I'm just proud that I love it when schools can get that. We talked about this in the first half, that homegrown talent, because I think it just means a lot. There's so many coaches that try to go outside everywhere, which is fine, but We got a lot of talent here.
There is a lot of talent here. It's my privilege to absolutely bring Indiana lacrosse and to continue to grow it. And my favorite part of the game is, I graduate tomorrow. I graduate 9 girls, which I'm very excited to see them walk across the stage, move on in their careers, and then when they come back, I get to see them in the stands.
Yeah.
And that's the best part about keeping them here is constantly being involved in their lives after the game, after the sport, and just seeing them grow into really great young women. And truthfully, that's the point of all of this, right? It's amazing having these broadcasts and highlighting the athleticism of these young women, but it's helping them become better people every day.
Yeah, very true. And you'll appreciate that more in 30 years when they still are talking about you and what you did for them. That's the great feeling when they come back and say, Coach, you did a lot for me, and you made me a better person. That's big.
It is, and I got my first invite to one of my athletes' weddings coming up.
Really?
And that was a very exciting invitation to get. And Brownsburg's first goal.
First one of the night, that's going to be Grace Rogers. And they get the goose egg off the board. That's big.
Great quick release here by Grace and a powerful, powerful shot down low. Seeing her come across, get that space, and awesome placement there. Great shot by Grace Rogers. And the dab is still alive. I like the dab there at the end after her goal.
Yeah.
Some phases go out, some things go out of trend, and some come right back.
Yeah. They always seem to. They always say there's really nothing new. It's been done before. It just comes back after a few years, and next thing you know, there it is.
Oh, Brownsburg's keeping the dab alive. I like it.
So 8-1 here in the third. Of course, we have a busy weekend for IndianaSRN. Tomorrow we head to Terre Haute for softball, and we're in the last weekend of softball and baseball. There's some playoff positions on the line. And we'll be there tomorrow for the 2 softball games, Sunday for 2 more baseball games, and then we'll be doing the baseball tournament. A lot of contact there inside the 12-meter. That was the now 11th draw control one by Park Tudor.
Really, every one of those draw controls coming from Park Tudor's Isabella Wallace. She has had a nose for the ball all night. Anytime that it is coming out of a cluster of people or a weird tip, she seems to be the first one on the ball, setting up all of their great opportunities.
Well, that was a great pass right in front of the cage. Unfortunately, was not received clean, and so a turnover there by Park Tudor. When you're looking for a player, and I know that first and foremost, we always remember it is student-athlete.
It is student first.
Yes. So when you're looking for somebody, what's your first? Is there a check mark that you say this has got to be the first 2 or 3 things that this person has got to meet in order for me to recruit them?
My number one thing is always character. I'm a character-first coach, and I will never sacrifice that. My girls know it. I expect them to always hold themselves in the highest regard and to always respect everybody else. So truly my number one check is respect and being really, really high character. After that, I look for coachable athletes. So I have quite a few players that picked up lacrosse sticks much later in life, but are eager to learn, love the sport, and are just athletic women. After that, I look for lacrosse players because if you can take a really great person and an athletic, coachable person, you can make a lacrosse player.
And that really is so true in so many sports that even if you pick it up a little bit late, as long as you're coachable and willing to learn, you can make a player out of them.
You can. And yet another free position set up here for Ellie Hunter. She has been the free position queen all night tonight.
You mentioned hat trick already. She'll get another chance right here. Close in shot, a little bit wide to the left, or did it go in? Looks like it went in. Yep, that's going to be number 4 now on Hunter.
That's such a tough shot for the goalie to save there in Anaya Jones. It's a great bouncer because you see it. She bounces it so far in front that forces Anaya to drop down. Watch bounce it there, and then it pops up and hits that top corner. That was one of those ones that might bounce over the cage, but she got lucky. It dropped right on inside where she wanted it. Really good shot there.
So as a player, would you rather, of course, you got to read what the keeper's going to give you, correct? But would as a player, do you prefer to go low or will you want to go high? What do you want to do?
It depends on the keeper. If you've got talented keepers, that might be stronger low or stronger high, you definitely play a little bit to the keeper's weaknesses.
Okay.
Also, my team, any of them that are listening will laugh because I also say all the time, you can't miss under the net. So I prefer, when in doubt, shoot low. Because if when in doubt and you shoot high, you might miss high.
Yeah.
But you really can't miss if you bounce it.
That's a really good point. I hope Keith is getting some notes here because he's going to use that later.
That is one of my coachisms that I'm sure my girls are laughing at right now. Can't miss under the net.
But the funny thing is, as you see another draw control, that's number 12. But later in life, if they become a coach, I guarantee they'll use that.
I'm certain there are many things I say that I learned.
Shot wide. Well, we can go back to many years ago when even I played basketball and such. You remember what the coach taught you.
Absolutely. I have a coach that's burned in my brain that I can hear him probably still to this day. It didn't matter. My mom would be, on the sidelines cheering for me or any crowd or anything like that, and I could tune every one of them out and I could hear my coach's voice.
Yeah, exactly. And that was intended, by the way. You just listen to me, okay?
And, it has never steered me wrong listening to him. So.
That's right, yeah. 9-1 here in the third as Park Tudor back on offense once again. They've had 11 free position shots unofficially, 12 draw controls. And another shot, that's going to be high. Nice save by Jones.
Great save there by Anaya Jones. Also then to maintain possession of the ball. Sometimes it's difficult when you've got the helmet on there, when it pops up high, to miss it over the top of the cage high too, but to keep it was a great move.
Jones trying to clear some space, and a penalty will be called against Park Tudor. You were talking earlier about Jones. One thing she might have to do is come out and try to clear that thing to midfield, and I think it's kind of what she was trying to do right there.
I think it is. I think she realizes that, sometimes you need to move up a little further as a keeper to help those girls up the field a little further that might have some more luck when it comes to clearing. She's trying something different, and they need to.
Park Tudor again after the turnover. I have Brownsburg for 20 turnovers here tonight. And that's a lot.
That's a lot of turnovers. And it's certainly, too, something that I guarantee their coaches at the timeout said we need to make sure that we're taking care of the ball and we're not turning the ball over, and also fouling. There's been a lot of fouling as we sit here again for another free position attempt. You can see Anaya Jones there taking a breather. She's probably exhausted from all these free position shots.
And guess who's going to get another one? And she went low on this one. Riker gets number 2 on the day, and it's now 10-1.
One thing that we want to notice here about Riker's shot is you see her coming from that far outside hash. So recognize that she's going to run towards that opposite pole, protects her stick. She fakes high to one side and then shoots low to the opposite side. Beautiful stick skills, and that is a skill that she has practiced time and time and time again to have that kind of muscle memory.
That is fantastic right there. Good analysis on that second goal for Riker. 4 tonight by Hunter. And so far we have seen just a excellent offensive game tonight for Park Tudor. Want to remind you tonight's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group. Their mission is building better futures one story at a time. They acknowledge the whole person and their individual story. If you'd like more information, give them a call at 317-472-7600. The draw controls have been dominated.
Well, we have talked about Ellie Hunter's 4 goals tonight, but really we need to talk about her draws, because whether she's winning them or she's getting it to a teammate, Ellie Hunter has put the ball where she has wanted it nearly every single draw this entire game.
And they got another one there. That is unofficially 13. Again, only 1 so far for Brownsburg. Nice pass to the inside, and there's Riker, and she'll get the hat trick.
Again, moving that ball from behind into the front of the cage is exactly what Park Tudor needed to do to make those shots fall. They clearly learned from that first quarter, and now they are really taking advantage of it. A great cut timing, and truly, they had 2 girls open there in the middle. Either one could have had that shot. So Brownsburg's going to have to get tighter here on defense.
Coach, when they set up a play like that from behind the cage, and you will send a player down the lane and you're getting the defensive players to kind of look around a little bit. You have a set play on stuff like that you really have a certain player you're looking for?
Usually in lacrosse, they might use that. Sometimes that you definitely do have certain players that you're looking for on certain plays, but typically in lacrosse, because it does move so quickly and you need to move the ball fast to be successful, we have more motions than set plays. So, keeping the ball there, they probably have multiple cutters cutting down, and any one that's going to be open is going to be the one that should take the shot. And there is yet another goal for Park Tudor.
That looked like Murphy.
Senior number 6, Hadley Murphy.
Yep.
With her second
Murphy
goal
gets number 2 of the night. That came off another draw control, their 14th, and that might be as quick of a score we've seen tonight.
That was Hadley Murphy. She has wanted this all night, you can tell. She constantly is setting herself up there behind the cage, and the second that she realized her defender wasn't quite set yet is when she attacked, and it was great timing, and you could tell she's wanted that one.
Yeah.
We've seen her try it a few times to get stopped, so it was nice to see that one fall for Hadley.
Well, statistically, this is all Park Tudor tonight, so now with the 10-plus goal lead, it is a running clock the rest of the way.
Park Tudor made a draw change right after I shouted out Ellie Hunter. And Brownsburg won it.
There you go. That's just their second of the night. Quickly, in position, shot high and wide to the right. That'll go back to Park Tudor.
I don't blame Brownsburg there for pushing the tempo. They're really going to have to if they want to claw back into this. And the first thing to do that is stopping that running clock.
Yeah.
They're going to have to score 2 more goals, and they've been hard to come by so far.
Yeah, no doubt about that. By the way, if you're cheering in the background a little bit, there's a baseball game going on as well. So people are wondering if there's nothing going on, why we having a cheer. That's why.
Just really enthusiastic fans at lacrosse.
Yes. And that'll be a goal by Brownsburg. That's a first one off of a free position shot.
Again, so many free position shots. I feel as though I'm analyzing free positions. That's all I'm doing tonight. But
there's been a lot of them.
There have been a lot of them. But it's a great shot there. Good choice, and exactly what Brownsburg needs to help cut this score a little bit if they want to stop this clock.
And we're coming down to 2 minutes. And when you're on the side of the clock that's against you, that thing runs really fast. When you're on the other side, it seems to slow down a lot. So kind of a different perspective depending on which sideline you're on.
Time is relative.
It is, isn't it? When you get to be Keith's age, it's really relative. I'm only putting that shot in there since I learned I'm doing a podcast and I'm getting paid for it. See?
I know that we need some more sponsorships here.
We
got to
do.
get Troy paid for this podcast.
I'll be in a soup line here pretty soon. Draw control, won easily again by Park Tudor. I had them for 15.
They've been dominant on the draw tonight.
Turnover?
An unusual turnover there by Park Tudor, but let's see Brownsburg take advantage of it.
We'll check there. That's going to go against the Panthers. Well, a win tonight will put Park Tudor at 10. They have one matchup left in the regular season. They'll be here against North Central. Close in shot and good.
That's exactly what Brownsburg needed before they headed into the fourth.
That's going to be Isabella Dunnigan.
I love the way that she switches her hands here. You can tell when she's running in, she's a natural righty, wants to use her right hand, but realizes the defense is on that side, switches to her left where she's got a little bit more space, and gets a nice quick shot off.
Second goal, or I should say third goal of the night. Actually, that's number 2, isn't it? Isn't it 12-2?
3.
Is it 3? Mm-hmm. Oh, I missed one, yes. That's because I didn't write down who hit that, who got the last goal. I was waiting for the PA guy to help me.
Those numbers are hard to see.
They are very hard to see.
Apologize to the Brownsburg families out there.
Now, what I would do if I were designing that uniform, I'd certainly keep, yes, the purple, but I would put the black, the deep purple. I'd put the black somewhere else and have the white numbers, right?
White number and make a black outline of the white number.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, we got it all figured out.
Yeah. I've always said I'm going to create a business one day helping to design uniforms, especially for club lacrosse. Those are the worst.
They're hideous, aren't they?
They are busy and difficult to recruit.
Yeah. It's like AAU basketball. I know the feeling. So once again, Park Tudor with a 12-3 lead. We're down to our final 29 here in the third. We will have yet another free position shot, number 13 now.
This is a lot of free positions, and all the credit to the officials tonight. They are doing a really great job of keeping this game clean and fair, and whenever they're seeing those across the bodies, they are calling it.
Well, Murphy just got another one. She now has the hat trick. Multiple players with 3 or more tonight for Park Tudor, and that will do it. For period number 3, it's all Park Tudor on top by 10.
12 minutes left in regulation, and then we'll have varsity girls senior.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Here for some lacrosse, I'd love to stop.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees. It's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
Heading to the fourth, tonight's game brought to you in part by Piper Logistics. They're a warehouse professionals dedicated to working together to provide our clients with complete logistics packages. They have offices in Indianapolis and Cincinnati. If you'd like more information, give them a call at 317-396-1023. And by Passion to Care. They're dedicated to helping you care for a loved one. Through Indiana State programs, they provide financial compensation. Contact them today at 833-420-6640. And I want to remind you, today's broadcast is a copyright production of IndianaSRN and the Indiana Girls Lacrosse Association. Any use of audio or video without the express written permission of both IHSAA, the IndianaSRN, and Indiana Lacrosse Association. We'll just put all the letters in there. ABC, CBS, NBC, ESPN. Can we just do that? Cover all the bases?
So many acronyms in higher education, high school education, sports.
Sports.
Like, gosh, I can never keep track of how many acronyms are floating around here.
We're ready for the fourth. Again, it'll be a running clock, and at 10, of course, as Coach had mentioned earlier, that if you get an underneath 10, you can kind of slow that clock down a little bit.
Yes, a lot of pressure right now on Brownsburg to get this draw control and stop up. And Ellie Hunter, again, not on the draw this time, but getting it off the circle. 12 minutes can tick by very quickly, especially when it just keeps going.
Made that look easy, though, didn't they? I mean, that one looked, we've seen that a lot tonight, though.
And it's interesting because Park Tudor is doing something different on the draw. They have a different draw taker, and I imagine now that they're up by 10, they're going to practice some other things. So putting Ellie Hunter not taking it, but on the circle, I mean, she's really skilled. She's great everywhere, and she can play anywhere.
Coach, I got to admit, my basketball teams weren't very good, so we couldn't practice anything that, we were always behind. So I don't know what that feels like. You might give me an idea what that's like. So.
I've played a few games that way too.
Yeah.
I've been on both sides of a couple games in my life.
Got some contact inside the 12, and so we will have another. Is this going to be playing over in your mind all night long, free position shots?
I think it is. I think I'm going to be analyzing them in my dreams tonight. And if you're sick of me talking about it, imagine coaching it.
Oh, my. Yeah.
But I imagine Ellie Hunter here is going to run in, fake high, and shoot low. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
See if I can predict it.
Well, I'll tell you what, great save. You're right. Jones anticipated that one really well.
That was great by Anaya to see that coming as well.
Falling down at midfield, but still able to get the pass off that time was Dunnigan.
That was heads up for her to lose her footing, but still be able to get a nice little flip pass off. Have her teammate take care of the ball.
Something I've tried to get Keith to do is to go down like in pregame and take some shots off the legs by some really hard shooters. How I've watched, even in the collegiate level, some ladies take some shots off the legs, and it will knock them down quickly.
It is very painful. I don't have a lot of feelings left in my shins these days,
I'll
be honest. Yeah. And I had quite a few welts and bumps and bruises. It's a brutal shot, and the ball looks little, but I assure you when it's hitting your leg, it feels a lot bigger.
So in the wintertime, or I shouldn't say winter, but in the fall, or in the spring when it's really cold, I get the season right here in a minute. When it's really cold in the spring, though, and you take a shot, it's even worse.
It is. When you don't have a lot of blood flow into your legs, those ones sting, and the sting lasts. But at least we have a beautiful day today.
Yes.
Naya just took another save and another hit, and hopefully that feels pretty easy for her. Brownsburg doing a deputy right now, which you don't see often in lacrosse games any longer, but it's where the goalie can put the ball down in the crease, and a defender or anybody can run through the crease, pick up the ball, and then continue to run out. So
really?
Brownsburg having some trouble in the clearing game, and this sets them up for a fast break opportunity.
Oh! So what was that called again down there?
It's called a deputy.
The deputy, okay.
Yes. Now that is some back of the book lacrosse right there.
Is that on the last page?
It is probably on the last page, scratched out a few places, but it's effective. If you've got clearing issues and you want the ball in the stick of somebody who's going to take care of it, it's a great choice by Brownsburg. I'm kind of surprised it took them this long to use the deputy.
Well, but you said the defense could go get it as well, correct?
Anybody can go into the crease as long as the goalie steps out.
Okay.
Any of the athletes, one of them can go in the crease, get the ball, and then run it up the field.
Okay. Well, the reason I asked that, when Jones put it in the crease and I saw the Park Tudor players, they just kind of ran away from it. They really didn't go after it, so I was wondering why they didn't.
They probably haven't really seen it either.
Yeah.
It's not something that is used often. And I think in a lot of times in lacrosse, it's something that people have a tendency to frown upon because it's less skilled.
Right.
However, it is effective. So does skill need to be always at the paramount? Sometimes we got to win the game, or sometimes we just need to stop the clock.
Yeah, exactly. Well, now that I know it's called the deputy, we'll just call it Barney Fife. We can go a little. That way I'll remember that part. So.
There you go.
All right, here we go. Continuing play at 7:50 here in this final period. There will be a boys game after this one. Now, it's not here on IndianaSRN, but if you're wanting to see some more lacrosse, you can come on out here, and beautiful facility and an opportunity to see the boys play as well, because their season's coming to an end very quickly.
Great interception there for Brownsburg. That was a Grace. Oh, geez. Troy, you need to help me on that one. Grace Grabowski?
Grabowski, yes.
Grabowski.
Probably a distant cousin of mine.
That was a great little play by her. Had her stick up in the air, ready for that ball. Awesome interception.
We've got a timeout, 7:27 to go here in the fourth. It's all Park Tudor, 13-3.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline. It's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot. It's not a game.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Players are out here. By the way, the Hamilton Southeastern Carmel boys matchup here on Indiana SRN tonight at 8 o'clock, so we're about an hour away from that one. That is for a playoff berth. So if you are wanting to see some boys lacrosse, that here on Indiana SRN as well. Brownsburg trying to get something going again here late.
Moving the ball well down the field.
Nice pass to the inside, and the shot just a little bit high.
It was an impressive transition for Brownsburg, considering I don't believe we've mentioned it yet, but Brownsburg's playing man down for the rest of the game due to so many cards in the game. So it was curious there to see if they were going to be able to move the ball effectively, and they did. They were able to find people, and we got a glimpse of this team that was undefeated coming into this matchup.
So Park Tudor back the other way. This will be Isabella Wallace getting number 2, and we talked about that before the matchup today. When you talk about Murphy, you talk about Hunter, you talk about Wallace and Riker. I mean, just so many different weapons to choose from. How'd you like to dial that up every time?
That was beautiful. Seeing the girls, this is a transition highlight here. They all had their sticks up. They're moving behind. An unsung hero. We even had an athlete backing up the cage there for Park Tudor. That is a highlight reel transition, and that is something clearly that Coach Sherman has been practicing with this team. And I guarantee she is giddy on the sidelines about that one. That is a pretty goal.
She might be giddy about a lot of things in this one tonight. As we look again at the stat sheet, they've won every category possible by a huge margin.
They have, and I know this was a team, too, coming into this game. They weren't underestimating Brownsburg. Brownsburg was undefeated until tonight, and it is something that Park Tudor took very seriously and prepared for this game. And I know on the Brownsburg end as well, they were eager for this matchup and a difficult game and really tested themselves.
So are you now on the recruiting trail?
I am on the recruiting trail now. A great little Anaya Jones with an awesome choice to come out and cover the open play or down low. She's a very athletic goalie. But yes, I am on the recruiting trail now. I will be out at many Indiana high school games. If you see me, please say hello.
Okay.
And then I will be every weekend at a different lacrosse tournament somewhere in the state. So I work with Indy United club program in Indianapolis. That's where I get to actually know so many of the players that are out on the field today, as well as Coach Leslie Sherman for Park Tudor, one of the founding members of Indy United Lacrosse Club.
Oh, okay. Very good. So girls lacrosse doesn't end when the season ends. Is that what you're telling me?
It does not. If you want to play year-round in Indiana, you absolutely have an opportunity to, which is something that's new, and it's been exciting to see it grow so much. And that's what's led to this level of play becoming so much better. These girls are no longer just picking up a stick from February when they're freezing and playing until May, but now they have the opportunity to play all summer if they choose to, and there's fall opportunities, winter leagues, and
wow.
with Graham Park up there's a lot we can do.
Yeah, no kidding. You know, when that was up for sale, I wish I had the money to buy it.
You and me both. Maybe we can pull all of our funds, and we still wouldn't touch it.
They'll give us the front lawn, and that'll be about it.
We'll get one sign.
That's right. And you got to make sure you mow that lawn too, by the way, pal. 3:44 to go.
But yeah, if you're a lacrosse player in Indiana and you're looking for opportunity to play more, there is always an opportunity. Reach out to me. Reach out to Indy United Lacrosse Club. A lot of different opportunities.
Do you encourage high school kids to play more than one sport?
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Easily, yes. I think dual sport athletes, multi-sport athletes are the best athletes out there.
Yeah.
So many of the same skills from different sports translate, and you can become a really well-rounded athlete. I would never frown on anybody for playing multiple sports. In fact, I think it's even better for them. You don't get burnt out, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a little tired.
Yep. I know a lot of coaches emphasize that these days. They want you to, because they think if they can't have you the full year that you're missing out on something, not knowing the benefits of playing different sports.
Yeah, it's been nice to see the train of thought changing around that a little bit. Like you said, there's been a lot of people who thought, oh, you really need to specialize. You know, the earlier you specialize, the better you are. And that's just not the case.
Yeah.
It is for some. And if you really love the sport that you're playing and that's what the child wants to do, then we should encourage that.
Yeah.
But if not, we don't need to force it on them.
Yeah, exactly. This will be the 15th free position shot, I believe. Nope, they're going to change it. So that is going to be wiped off. So still 14 now. It began as a free position, and they were lining up to have one there.
Nia Jones, the beautiful interception. She's had quite a few that way. Good on her for adjusting to what Park Tudor was doing. I talked about earlier wanting to keep the ball behind and then going through. Yet again, they're running the deputy.
By the way, there are a lot of new players in here for Park Tudor. Probably too many to mention all of them. But they're getting a chance for some of the players to get some quality time. And I would say, you know, people say, well, they're mop-up duty. I don't ever consider that, because you're coming in and getting a chance to play varsity minutes, and that means something.
It absolutely means something. You have to make sure that you're getting the chance to play and play in high-level games. This is a great shot for these girls to be able to do that.
By the way, that was Hadley Murphy once again. That's her fourth. That is the 16th free position shot. So she has 4. Hunter has 4. Riker with 3 tonight, 2 by Wallace.
That is some spread out scoring.
Mm-hmm. When I looked at their numbers coming into this one, and you think about Hunter and Murphy over 25 goals, and then, of course, Riker, 43 goals coming in. And just those numbers make you pay attention.
Impressive statistics. And that last goal really coming off a little bit of a heartbreaking series there for Brownsburg. And Nia Jones had an awesome interception. They ran the deputy and then immediately got called for a charge, which is, a little hard to do on your own defensive end. So some unfortunate luck for the Brownsburg players there.
Well, I'm going to have to make sure that when I do another game with Keith that he knows what the deputy is, because I'm going to test him on it. There's another goal, this time by Lillian Harris.
Senior night, number 13, Lily Harris.
So we're down to our final 10. So Harris, one of 7 different players now scoring for Park Tudor tonight.
Harris with a beautiful drive in there, and our last goal of the evening. Really, really pretty to know the clock.
Final score, Park Tudor 16 and Brownsburg 3. So Park Tudor handing Brownsburg their first loss of the year. And for Park Tudor, Coach, they go to 10-5. Very impressive win. As we said earlier, Coach, I I tell you what, it's going to take a lot to keep that team out of the state championship game.
It is. There's still a lot of lacrosse to play before then, so we'll see how it goes. But that Park Tudor team really showing off tonight, all the skills. Very well-rounded team. Focuses on the basics. The little things clearly go noticed on that team. Really job well done by the Park Tudor Panthers.
All right. Coach, good to see you again. Thanks for joining us and helping us, especially with all the stuff that we're going to have to know later on down the road. Especially, remember, Keith, remember the deputy, because you're going to need to know that. That's going to do it for the broadcast here tonight. Thanks for being with us. Thanks to the entire crew for being with us as well. Your final score, Park Tudor 16, Brownsburg 3. This has been Indiana Girls Lacrosse on Indiana SRN.